This is a complete blueprint on how I earned almost 60,000 US dollars completely as a beginner with no skill, no money, no experience, completely online. And the best part is you can do it too. I mean, I'm an average guy with no technical background. If I can do this, you can do this too. And you just need a computer and a Wi-Fi connection to do this. Let me first show you my earnings dashboard to prove you that I'm not making a false statement. This is my earnings dashboard. And as you can see, earnings to date is 59,725 US dollars. Let me just refresh the page to show you that it's not a screenshot, it's the actual website earnings dashboard page. And let me go back to the document again. As I said earlier, you just need a computer and a Wi-Fi connection to do this. By following this blueprint, you will be able to achieve the ultimate freedom. I know it's a bold claim. What I mean by ultimate freedom is the freedom of time. I used to be a civil engineer and I used to work 9 to 5 and I absolutely hated it. I always wanted to start my own business and work on my own terms. By freedom of time, I mean you can wake up anytime you want and start working anytime you want without worrying about waking early. Freedom of time is an absolute luxury I was able to have by following this blueprint. I have to be honest, it took me some time to earn this amount because I made a lot of mistakes along the way because I didn't really know what I was doing. It was all trial and error. But luckily for you, I documented everything that I learned throughout this journey so that you can do this much faster and achieve better results than me without doing mistakes along the way. And also the freedom of money. This is what you call the financial freedom. This is the reason why we all do jobs, we all work to earn money, right? And the freedom of location, because you can do this completely online. You can have the freedom of location. You can spend the time with your family while doing work, or you can spend a vacation in Bali and still do this business model and earn money. By the end of this video, you will learn how to start an online business that can make at least $5,000 to $10,000 per month while working from anywhere in the world, even if you are a total beginner with no skill or no money. So the question is, what is this business model? There are three methods to earn money. First method is you can sell a product. This is a product. And second method is you can sell a service like, let's say, a delivery service. This is a service. There's a delivery truck. So this is a service, right? And the third method is by acting as the middleman. This is what you call arbitrage. And what you basically do is you act as a middleman to selling a product or a service. The downside of selling a product is you need to have inventory. In order to have inventory, you need to make an upfront investment. And the downside of being a middleman is because you are the middleman, the profit margins for you is very, very low. But if you start selling a service, you just need a skill to start selling a service. You don't need any kind of upfront investment to start selling a service. And that's why this business model is the best business model to start as a beginner. And that's what we are going to do in this video. I know I said you don't need a skill to start this business model, but if you follow along this video, you will understand why I said you don't need a skill to start this business model. In this video, you will learn how to find high demand skills that clients are willing to pay a lot, and how you can learn any skill within 20 minutes and find clients completely free and earn at least 5,000 to 10,000 US dollars per month. So now you know the business model. Let's go back to the blueprint. All right, mindset is the most important thing that you need to have before starting anything, not just in business but in life, in relationships. Mindset is the number one thing. If you look at the most effective people in the world, the celebrities, sports personalities, they all have one thing in common. When you read their biographies, when you listen to their interviews, they all have one thing in common, and that's a strong mindset. To start a business, that's exactly what you need. The first thing is avoid limiting beliefs. If others can do it, so can you. And keep your hustle private. Let your results speak. Because what happens is when you talk about your goals and plans, your brain releases dopamine, the same reward chemical you get when achieving something. This small dopamine hit tricks your brain into believing that you have already achieved that goal. It reduces your motivation to actually go out there and do the work to achieve that goal. This reduces your chances of actually achieving it, and sometimes you may not achieve it at all. So, as a rule of thumb, keep your hustle private. Don't talk about your goals and plans with others. And the next point and the mindset is don't overthink, just start. You can improve along the way. You don't need to be perfect, just be consistent. And now we are coming to the most important part of this blueprint: how to find a high demand skill. I call this the four source method. Use these four sources to find what's trending and in demand. Number one is YouTube. Search best skills to learn in 2025. I know this is very simple and anybody can do this, but most of the time people don't do this. I have my friends come to me and ask, how can I learn this? How can I learn that? The thing is, knowledge is readily available in your palms. You just have to type it and put some effort into learning these skills and do some research to identify what skills in demand and what are the high income skills. And it's real simple. Google is another source. Just type most in demand freelance skills. ChatGPT is your friend. List 10 high income online skills for beginners. But the most effective method I found is go to freelancing websites, the service marketplaces like Fiverr and Upwork, and they have listed tons of service categories in their websites, so that you can go through each and every of them and you can find a skill that you really like. Let me show you what I'm talking about. If you go to fiverr.com, you can see they have listed tons of service categories on their website. They actually have listed a trending category. If you go to that trending category, you can find publish your book, create your website, e-commerce and drop shipping, Shopify, WordPress, build your brand strategy, social media management, and the list goes on. And there are a lot of categories that you can choose from: graphic design, programming and tech, digital marketing, video and animation, writing and translation. The list goes on. You can go through these lists and find a skill that you are really passionate about. Pick something you enjoy learning, because it's really important to find a skill that you're really passionate about. That's something you feel like you will enjoy the learning journey. Because if you pick such a skill, you will stick with it longer. And that's how you can find a high demand skill using the four source method. The most effective one is, as I said earlier, go to these freelancing websites and find out the skills they have listed out there. And then the million dollar question, um, the reason why I said you earlier in the video that you don't need a skill to start this business model is because of this. Because when I started learning a skill and earning money through it, I had no experience, no prior experience about delivering online services. But I follow this formula. I call it the fast learn framework. And when you follow along this video, you will understand why I said you don't need a skill to start this business model. All right, the fast learn framework. First, don't try to learn everything, because most of the time when you try to learn something new or starting a new skill, we oftentimes watch 100 plus videos, and because we are trying to learn everything related to that skill and then start doing the work. But most of the time we get overwhelmed and end up not doing anything. So the best practice is don't try to learn everything. Focus on the basics that get the results. Next, pick the right tool or the software for your skill, because there are a lot of tools out there to carry out a specific skill. For example, let's say you chose video editing as your skill. There is Adobe After Effects, there is Adobe Premiere Pro, there's Final Cut Pro, there's DaVinci Resolve, there's CapCut, a lot of tools out there to carry out the same skill. But you need to choose the best one out there. By best, I mean check if that tool is an industry standard tool used by the professionals in that particular field. Uh, because that's when you can charge premium prices from the clients. If we take the same example of video editing, if we compare Adobe Premiere Pro or After Effects with a tool like CapCut, uh, Adobe Premiere Pro and Adobe After Effects is the industry standard. And don't get me wrong, CapCut is a very powerful tool, but it's used mainly by the creators who are creating content for themselves. um, if you want to charge higher prices, you have to find a tool which is used by the professionals and the experts in the field, and which falls under the industry standard title. And that way you can have the leverage to charge premium prices from the clients. You can simply go onto YouTube and type how to learn. Let's say you choose video editing and you want to learn Adobe After Effects, how to learn Adobe After Effects as a beginner, complete Adobe After Effects tutorial for beginners. That's, again, it's very simple, but this is something that most of the ones out there don't really doing because they are just overwhelmed. But if you have a blueprint like this, you can follow along and get better and find a skill that really suits you. All right, again, the same example, how to learn Figma is a web designing tool used by the professionals. You can just type how to learn Figma as a beginner. The goal here is to learn the basics of the tool and get familiarized with the interface of the tool. Another thing to keep in mind is when you're watching YouTube videos, watch YouTube videos from creators with high credibility. By high credibility, I mean creators with a lot of subscribers, or when you watch a YouTube video, you can sense that if the person is telling the truth or not. Or, as a rule of thumb, check comments, because people always leave comments. If it's a good high value video, they thank the creator, or if it's a scammy video, they always leave comments to reflect that. So check the comments as well. Talking about these comments, comment down below what you think about this video. If you're finding value, just comment amazing video, or this guy is giving really amazing value. I'm just kidding, you can leave whatever you want. But leave a comment that will help other viewers like you to get a better understanding about the video, and it really helps to grow my channel as well. um, all right, moving into the next part now. Just to recap, we learned how to find a high income skill, high demand skill, and we learned how to learn that skill within 20 minutes. I know after watching a 20-minute video about a specific tool, you won't learn all the things related to that skill, but don't worry, follow along the video. You will learn how to do all these things by yourself. So the next step is build a strong portfolio. The 2 copy plus 3 create rule. All right, step 1, create 2 work samples by copying YouTube tutorials. I know when you hear the word copying, it may sound unethical, but it is the best practice out there to learn a new skill. Search on YouTube for a complete step-by-step tutorial for beginners. For example, how to design a complete website using Figma as a beginner. Just follow along the tutorial step by step and copy everything. Copy every click, copy everything shown in the video. And at the end of the video, you will have your portfolio sample, and create 2 portfolio samples by following YouTube tutorials. You learn by doing, not by watching 100 plus YouTube videos. So you can create your first portfolio samples by watching YouTube videos. And the step two is create 3 work samples by using ChatGPT to stimulate real clients. So you have to type this prompt on ChatGPT. I want to build my skill portfolio. Let's say, for example, web designing. I want to build my web designing portfolio, act as a client, and give me 3 real life requirements. Once you give this command, ChatGPT will provide you 3 real life requirements. Because you have already created 2 portfolio samples by following YouTube tutorials, you now have kind of idea about how this tool work, and it's very easier for you to now create something on your own. So once you receive these requirements from ChatGPT, try to create 3 portfolio samples by yourself. I know when you are very new to a tool, you will have a lot of questions along the way. Even to this day, I also, when I do client work, I get questions. So ChatGPT is your friend. For every question you get while working, use ChatGPT, YouTube, or Google. My favorite is ChatGPT. But when you ask questions from ChatGPT, don't ask them vaguely. Uh, Follow this prompt to get better results. Act as the best, for example, Figma, act as the best Figma expert in the world and guide me step by step on how to and type the problem. And when you type this prompt, try to attach many screenshots as possible, so that ChatGPT can have a better understanding about what's really going inside your tool. um, this way you can create another 3 samples for your portfolio. So now altogether you have 5 portfolio samples. I know this sounds impossible to do, something difficult to do, but while you are doing this work, you will understand how easy it is to do these things, and you will regret why you haven't started earlier. uh, Trust me, this will be life changing if you start doing this today. All right, the goal is to create 5 portfolio samples that look like real client projects. You need to build this portfolio, because when clients come to you and ask for your previous work samples, you can show these 5 portfolio samples so that they can have a better idea and understanding about your skill levels. And this is the $1 million question, because everybody struggles with finding clients. You can have all the skills in the world, but if you can't find clients to sell your services, there's no use, right? So how to find clients? There are two methods, free method and paid method. But don't get me wrong, the free method is still um, very impactful. In fact, the earnings dashboard I showed you in the beginning of the video is from a free method. It's from Fiverr. It is completely free. Um, so free methods work absolutely fine. Don't think any less about the free methods, because those ones are the most effective methods and the best ways when you're just starting out, because you can get client to your door with $0 spent, and it's incredible actually. So Fiverr is one of the top freelancing platforms out there. You can create a profile on Fiverr completely for free, and you can create a gig under that and upload your 5 portfolio samples and start selling your services on Fiverr. But I have to be honest, Fiverr is very competitive right now. There are a lot of sellers, but if you do some research on how to create SEO optimized Fiverr gigs, you can stand out from the rest and get more clients through Fiverr. And it is a really, really effective, beginner friendly way to get clients with zero investment. And also, Upwork is also another platform, freelancing platform out there. You can apply for 5 to 10 jobs daily. There's a slight difference between Fiverr and Upwork. Through Fiverr, mainly clients come to you, and on Upwork, clients post job postings on Upwork, and you can apply to them. Once you get selected, you can work with those clients. Both are fine. You just have to find ways to stand out from the crowd. Um, if you comment down below if you want to learn more about Fiverr and Upwork, I can create another video in the future about how to create SEO optimized Fiverr gigs and how to start selling on Upwork as well. I really want to share the things that I have learned so far. I'm on a journey to achieve financial freedom, and I'm documenting everything I'm learning. So in future, if you request, I can create a video around Fiverr and Upwork. And then another free method to get clients is content creation. This is one of the most effective ways to find clients and one of the most organic ways to find clients. But it takes time to build an audience and getting clients through social media like Facebook, Instagram, and even TikTok. But it's one of the most effective methods out there. I plan to create a video on content creation as well, and how you can get started on creating content. Because in today's creator economy, content is the most important pillar, and if you can build the audience around your content, you can monetize that audience any way you want. And the attention is the new currency, right? So I will create a video on that in the future. I mean, you don't have to be expert to create content. Even when you start learning these skills, you can start creating content. You can just shoot from your mobile phone and say, this is the first day of me learning website designing. These are the things that I have learned so far. And you can share your thoughts, you can be a curator, and you can basically create content around anything. Also, like this video, it helps the channel grow. All right, how to find clients? This is the paid method. I call this the scale system, because when you provide your services on freelancing platforms like Fiverr and Upwork, there are limitations. But don't get me wrong, you can easily make 5,000 to 10,000 US dollars by selling on these platforms. In fact, there are some sellers who earn sometimes 50,000, 100,000 US dollars per month by selling on these freelancing platforms like Fiverr and Upwork. But again, you have to play by the rules of these platforms. And sometimes it's hard to scale beyond a point. The control you have when you sell on these platforms is very limited, and that's why you need the scale system. So, the step one of the scale system is build your own website. It is very easy to build a website nowadays using platforms like Wix, WordPress, Squarespace, and also you have AI builders like Lovable, Bolt New that will help you to create your website within minutes. And once you build your website, then you have to do the marketing, and this is where you have to spend your money. The first form of marketing is cold emailing, and this is by far the most effective marketing method that I have experienced so far. I have tried Facebook ad, Instagram ads, Google ads, and other methods as well, but cold emailing has the highest ROI, return on investment. It's affordable. There are platforms like Instantly AI, Smart Lead AI. You can spend like $400 to $500 per month and get at least 5 to 10 clients per month. Just imagine if you are charging a client $2,000 for a service you provide, you can easily make $10,000, $20,000 per month by spending just $500 per month. And the other method is LinkedIn outreach automation. It's pretty much similar to cold emailing. You're sending cold messages to LinkedIn contacts, but you have to send connect requests first, engage with them first. These tools like Dripify, and there are a lot more tools out there, automate the whole process of LinkedIn outreach. And I personally use Dripify as well. It's a very good tool. And also Facebook and Google ads. You can find clients faster through Facebook and Google ads, but you have to spend a lot of money to find clients. At least you have to spend 2,000 to 4,000 US dollars per month to get 5 to 10 clients. But you can do it very fast and easily. This is where freelancing turns into real business. When you provide services on platforms like Fiverr and Upwork, you are still a freelancer, but here you have your own business, you have your own website, you control how many emails you send per month, how many clients you onboard, and everything is under your control. Once you have a lot of work that you can not handle by yourself, you can outsource or build a team around that. This is where the scaling really happens, and you can earn 20,000 to 30,000 US dollars per month purely from profit, and even scale up to 100,000, 200,000 if you follow this scale system. Now I'm going to talk about what I did on my journey to earn almost 60,000 US dollars. The skill that I learned was video editing. I first learned Adobe After Effects. As I said earlier in my video, I only spent 20 minutes to get familiarized with the software, and then I started following YouTube tutorials and doing everything on my own. And then later I moved to Adobe Premiere Pro as well. The services I provided are video ads, commercials, and short form content. Video editing, still to this day, is in very high demand. So it's a great skill to start earning money. I first used Fiverr and LinkedIn to get direct clients. And now I'm building and scaling up my own agency because it gives me the control and the potential to scale up. I'm currently scaling my agency. I will also create videos around that on my journey, how I am scaling my agency, the obstacles I'm facing, the success stories, and everything. And just make sure to subscribe to my channel to watch those videos as well. You can earn at least 5,000 to $10,000 per month and scale up to $250,000 per month as well by following this blueprint. And the final message, the freedom formula: freedom of time, freedom of money, freedom of location. If you watch this video so far, don't wait for tomorrow. Start today. Start researching on YouTube, Google, and find a skill that you really like, learn that skill, build your portfolio, and start selling your services to your clients. Don't wait for tomorrow to start. Just start today, because procrastination is your biggest enemy. So start today. Believe in yourself, keep learning and improving, stay consistent, and also please know results take time. So be patient. Don't be so hard on yourself. Don't quit too early. Your time is coming. Believe me, if you start today and if you follow this complete blueprint, you will be eventually successful. Also, if you found value from this video, make sure to subscribe for more videos like this, and share this with your friends, and like this video as well, because it really helps me to grow the channel. And thank you very much for watching this video.